And we're live. All right, morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the driver, them, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery driver, garbage truck driver, around town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Big up to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. I guess people get the notification late in the morning time or them I try skip my long intro. But just know say, me not change my intro, you know. All right, just like how McDonald's never changed them slogan and all these things. Me not change mine neither. I'm branding, baby. That's what I'm doing. Big up to each and every one of you tuning in this morning, man. It's kind of a morbid morning because a couple of stories broke that I wanted to go over with you guys here this morning. So, sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry. Sometimes we contemplate and sometimes we act like we care and these kind of things. I think it's a morning this morning to act like we care. This Bob Marley shirt right here. I ordered the shirt, right? As you can see, the shirt is here. It print. All right. I had a couple of orders of this shirt. I hope they're here to hear it, but I'll have to go and get the people them individually. What's going on with the Bob Marley shirt? If you ordered your Bob Marley shirt, I got a notification this morning from the print press saying that this image is copywritten, is protected by copyright. So they had to stop my orders. For the people who ordered the Bob Marley shirt, I put your order in. I got a notification saying your order was received and your order was ready to be shipped. That was yesterday or day before yesterday. One of them days there. This morning when I went to go check my email before starting this show, I see a notification that says this order is stopped because of copyright issues. So I'm going to argue back and forth with the printing press to find out how come they printed it for me before. As you can see, it's right here. But now they're saying copyright issues why they can't print it. And it's not, whatever. I might have to return your money to you, or you might have to choose another piece, whichever one you choose. All right. So I got to go on with that. And that's what it is. Those people who know who they are, if they're not here, me link up with them shortly. Here ya. This morning, all kind of things are going on this morning. Roe versus Wade overturned. That's where we were supposed to start off this morning, so we can give the Roe versus Wade thing a little bump and go through. See, I understand that the Roe versus Wade thing still it's a very dividing subject. It's a very dividing subject. People all get upset and angry with each other. Shalom to you too, Fallon Carrington. People are getting upset with each other over the Roe versus Wade thing. True story, no joke. I have family members who didn't speak to me after Obama was elected as president because they actually wanted the other guy to win. And because I go up on social media and say, I'm voting for Obama. I don't even care if he's not for my agenda. I just want to see one black person out of 50-something white dudes or something. I just want to see one black person. My family members got upset, right? And it's some family members of mine that, they're pretty close to white folks. So I guess they were holding their allegiance. But the funny thing is, Obama came, did his presidency 2 terms, left, is in the history books, gone on with him life, and my family members still don't talk to me, and I still don't talk to them. Because if you can stop talking to me because of something like that, then I was never worth anything to you in the first place, right? So I'm going to cut people, and just cut them off like that and move on with life. I'll see you in the next life if that's what it's supposed to be. But I'm all right with cutting people off in this life. Anybody can get cut off. Not true? I didn't come here born attached to anybody. So obviously this journey was mine alone. Some of the cutting off that you have to do in this lifetime also is very hard because it could be somebody who you came through the same womb with, or you share the same mother, same father, same whatever it is. But when cutting time comes, that's what it is. Sometimes you have to just tighten your belt up hurt a little bit inside, and then no say, hey, that's it. Move on with life. You go your way. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again sometime in eternity. Because we're not going to dead, we're going to live on forever. So wherever I see you again, somewhere out there, whenever we meet again, in whatever form we meet again, I'll see you again. But until then, I live my life happy here, sir. And nobody is worth my happiness and all that except for, well, maybe my picnic them can come stress me out, but only to a certain age even. And then after that, even them can get cut off too. So it go. Talk about them story of this morning now. I see a video yesterday in the chat room, and first of all, I saw a picture in the chat room yesterday. There's a young lady. I'm going to read the news to you first, and then updated information, and then what we've been hearing. But her uncle and her baby daddy are now wanted by the Jamaica police, and they have been asked to turn themselves in immediately before we call out up any which part we see on and drag on in, because there are prime persons of interest in the death of this young lady. For those of you who are in the chat room, what I'm going to ask you to do today or for the next 24 hours is post your name here in the chat room as well, because there are more people here who pay, like you see all the green names here. These are people who have bought membership to the channel. That means that's a different level of support. Therefore, you should get a different level of treatment as well. So the chat room belongs to you, the people who are here commenting right now. So if you're in the chat room, I want you to post your name so I can identify you. And anybody who can't post their name in the next 24 hours, I'm going to have to ask you to bye-bye and kick them out of the chat room so that the people who are paid members here can also be members of the chat room. I have people who are paid members here who've been trying for the longest to get in the chat room, and they can't. Because some people over there hold up space, you know what I'm saying? And they're not really supporters of the platform. They just love what goes on in the chat room. Well, I want that love what goes on in the chat room thing to be afforded to the people who are actually paid members here. That's respect, and that is what it's supposed to be. You give them extra. See? Bramall Wright says, I was kicked out. Why were you kicked out, Bramall Wright? If you were kicked out, I got to put you back in. I don't think you were kicked. I haven't kicked anybody out. I put the chat room on silent for 2 days by accident. 1 day purposely, and it ran into another day by accident. And then I went and opened up back the chat room, but I didn't kick anybody out. The only person I kicked out of that chat room is somebody who posted some child pornography in there. And I understand what the person was trying to do. They were trying to raise awareness and show people this is what's going on, but that is material we cannot play with, right? Because they will use it to frig you up in the worst way. So I told everybody in the chat room, this material right here, if you're seeing it, please forward it right now to a police department and then erase it from your device. That way, if they come to me and say, hey, you're the host of this chat room and you have child porn in here, I said, look at my message. Look at what time I signed into the chat room and look how quickly I posted that message. As soon as I saw it, I told everybody in there, send it to the police and erase it from their device. And I erased it from my device. That's the only person that I kicked out of the chat room, because I actually asked the person, please erase it from the chat room, and they left it there. They wouldn't erase it. So I'm going to kick them out of the chat room. But I haven't kicked anybody out. But I'll look into yours, Bramall Wright. It said I left, but I did not. If it said you left, then you left. You probably left accidentally. If I take you out, it says something different. It doesn't say you left. So if you left, see what happened also is sometimes the chat room is not going on with a whole heap of excitement and stuff, right? And they are too, and people get bored and they leave. And I don't know if they leave thinking they could come back and then the chat room get full and then they can't make it back in. So I don't know your situation. I'm not going to look into it for you. But for those of you who are in there, please do what I say today. That way the chat room will become yours and not people. And that way people like Bramall Wright can get back in it, because it's full up now and now. But some people in there are dodging and hiding. You know, Kai Tai Jai Empress, big up yourself. I asked her, I asked my sister, I said, what's your name in SouFLoTV platform? And she said, also you can kick me out. But you see, if you're going in the chat room and you're going to have argument with me, I love an argument, you know, so I'll never kick you out for disagreeing with me and speaking your mind. Make the thing festive. We're family. We're not supposed to hate each other because we disagree with each other. It make the thing exciting, see? So when you're in there, it's all good. She said, why you ask me, Kaya, gonna kick me out? No, I was gonna kick you out if you wasn't somebody that was supposed to be in there, but you are supposed, you're a chat room, you're supposed to be in there. So go in there, go talk off your mind, Mike. I have nothing wrong with that. See? Nothing wrong with that. Anyhow, in the chat room right now, we can post these things on YouTube. The girl from Jamaica that made headlines yesterday, one article says she was 18, another one says she's 17. We confirmed that she is 17 years old. Actually, we've been hearing other things. She's a 17-year-old mother of a 2-month-old. She's in the chat room. Them share the picture. Again, when murders happen and these things in Jamaica, people get there, them contaminate the crime scene and them walk up and down and they take pictures. Now post this on social media. That I can describe the condition in which this young lady was found and all these things and the situation surrounding it, because now baby father and uncle both wanted by police. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Those of you who are in the chat room, you get to see stuff like that. It's gruesome. Some people can't take it and some people can take it. But when we discuss these things, it's good to have a point of reference. So you can say, boy, I see it are true and a make up thing. We see it for real, you know? So, all right. With that said, then there's a leading story about 3 people that were found in a house in Queens, New York. And they're said to be Jamaicans. See? The condition they were found in, the situation surrounding their situation as well. One next mad story. We're going to get into that this morning as well. And there's a video also that was in the chat room that I took out the chat room. Some girl said she had exposed her baby daddy. And she has multiple baby daddies and multiple children by multiple different men. And this one baby daddy keeps on bringing food over for his child. And she claims she's exposing him, but she is actually arguing with him, like, why don't you bring food for all my other kids? You know, and him and she get into an argument about the guy is saying, hold up, what are you doing with the camera? Put the camera away, man. Oh, okay, so that's what we're doing. And she's like, yeah, I'm exposing you because you always bringing food for your child. You don't bring no food. What about my other kids? And the guy is like, your other kids aren't my children, though. I was surprised to see how many women inside the chat room was saying stuff like a workless boy that, and yeah, I bet say I'm an alpha male or him call himself alpha male and ain't no alpha in him and all this other stuff. We're gonna talk about that this morning. That stepdaddy role there that some men are forced to play. Sometimes them even take your money and mind them side man, them new man, because they went and pick up a broke man. But remember, I talked to you about this before, and I said, how you brave, so? You see a woman have 2 picnic or 3 picnic already, right? And you go give her a 4th one, like, and know, say your situation ain't too good financially, and you gonna give this woman we already have 3 picnic or 4th picnic. Worse if she already have 3 picnic by like 3 different men, and you just jump in there and I want to be the 4th guy. Dexter Daps never lie. Dexter Daps say, if she have 10 man, me have to be 11. Me never ask them what your body for me that me I tell them. All when them say 6 man go there. Guess who makes 7? Me. Girl, something feel still feel like it feel like when me take your head. Why? But we're gonna talk about that too, because we have the little video we are gonna play a scene. She didn't even let him take the boy in the car so he could eat, so he wouldn't eat in front of the kids. She threw the food on the ground. Mrs. Nia, she threw the food on the ground because wicked girl. She threw the food on the ground because the other kids aren't gonna get any, and it's wrong. So if the other kids are gonna starve, then Fee and Pickney must starve too. I be telling y'all, man, watch who you be having kids with, right? Watch who you be having kids with, because it all comes down to this. I who said, was it Minister Farrakhan or somebody was said, yeah, you can watch her curves and her pretty face and her sexy body and all that, but it's not her curves, pretty face, and sexy body that's going to be raising your children. It's her character that's going to be raising your children. So watch and see. Boy, I don't know. We're going to talk about all them things that still. See, big up some people this morning. Let me at least big up the first 10 people. You know how we do, and we'll get into the story. You pick which story we start off with this morning. Are we going to start off with the 3 bodies found in the house in New York? Or are we going to start off with the teenage mom in Jamaica? Or are we going to start off with this video clip piece? And you notice me not say nothing about Roe versus Wade. We might have to leave Roe versus Wade this morning. Or we could touch on it at the last part of the show. So big up, great goodies. Thank you for being here. Seymour Bennett's in the building this morning. Carrie Ann Jones is here. Roxanne McIntosh is in the building. Julie Tapper is here. King Biggs, Daya. Morning, fam. Vanessa is in the building. Says good afternoon. She must be from the UK. Because that early morning for we, you know. Dolly Walter Riley is in the building this morning. Up. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr is in the building this morning. Says good morning, family, and those who don't subscribe yet. I saw Lisa Watkins, big up yourself. Them who not subscribe yet and they still tune in and watch, because you can see the amount of people that's in the chat that can actually communicate versus those who are watching but them can't say a word. You see the big difference, right? All right, but we want y'all to be able to communicate in the chat as well, because it get nice in here, you know. It get exciting in here, you know. All right, Lisa Watkins is here. Wayne Nathan is in the building this morning. Lady J, Anita Kanan, Audrey Minor, Marcia Walters is here. Nikki B, big up yourself and thank you for being here. Maxine Good as Gold there. Teresa Lewis is here. Senior Sexy is here. Mrs. Nia is here. Lovely Aneka is here. You know what, Lovely Aneka? I'm beating myself. I'm about to come check out your thing and see what you're dealing with. You know, and I will. All right. Manners and respect. And I appreciate you so much. Rika Bay is in the building this morning. Lovely Aneka says, hope everyone have an amazing day today. All right. Sharon Spence. And y'all go check out Lovely Aneka and see it's support for support. And that's what we deal with. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to wonder, you have to look and see if they're consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's a tactic. I've seen people do this. Like they come over to your platform and they'll, oh, if I go against him and cuss him out right now and tell him about up and down mother, people are going to come over to my channel. And then, and you know, whatever way they work it. Or if I go over there and I play nice and then people are going to come up. But either way, it's still, for me, it's still support for support. Because as long as you support my movement, I'm going to support your movement as well. And again, we can disagree all the time as long as there's respect there. I'm big on respect. So as long as the respect is there, everything else is all good. See? So Lovely Aneka, I'll definitely be checking you out shortly. Sharon Spence is in the building. Pussy Galore is here. Lisa Stevens is here. Kai Tai Jai Empress for Sister is in the building. Mrs. Nia is in the building. Says, I'm going to send you my order for the Caribbean Bloodline. All right. And again, for those of you who ordered the Bob Marley, I got a notification this morning say it's protected by copyright after they printed mine, as you can see right there. So I want to know from the printing press, like, why is it now protected by copyright? If that's the case, I have the only copy and I can't get no more copies. So you're either going to have to choose another shirt or I'm going to have to refund your money. All right. We'll talk more about that. I will contact those people personally to say what I just said. Dorothy T is in the building and Lady B there. Stash there. Sean Cassell is in the building. Big up yourself and good morning. Thank you for being here, family. And Bramo Wrights in the building. I appreciate you greatly, Bramo. And we're going to work on why you're not in the chat room anymore and get you back into the chat room. We might have to get out some people, though, because they're over there lurking. And them don't want to come out. Got the chat room get nice now, you know? All right. Big Mouth Shabba. Don't kick me out yet, SouFlo. Big Mouth Shabba said, don't kick me out yet. Well, fam, if you don't have, I thank you for the donation, but if you don't have your thing here, then you're going to have to go. It's just that's how it works. I can't short these people for somebody who is not willing to support. You see what I mean? I said? The Marley people, them watching your show, SouFlo. Pussy galore. Here one now. If that's the case, then them wicked because them need to go watch a whole heap of Chinese people them wear print. I see all some Jamaican flag with Bob Marley in the middle of the flag. Big Jamaican flag, and some Chinese people are print them and sell them, but I don't see no copyright, nothing or anything. But then again, those Chinese people probably have their own printing press that they own. So them just print the something, them not ask you nothing. Them just like how you want Louis Vuitton, so they just give you some red bottoms and them not ask you nothing. Them not ask Louis Vuitton, they're not waiting on Louis Vuitton. Them just Louis Vuitton you out because them know how to make the thing. So hey, whatever, man. That's the way things go. That's the way things go. I'm not gonna fight people over them own image and thing. So it is what it is, right? And again, I'm big on respect. So actually, if one of them should say to me, say, yo, that's my dad's picture and I don't want it on no t-shirt and everywhere and thing like that, I might say to them, you know, say that everywhere though, right? A whole heap of white people print it and make money off it all over the place and these things, right? You know, he's a global icon too, right? I know it's his image. And if you guys control this thing and you have the right to say that, I respect that and I'll take it off mine. But I hope you can reach everybody else too that you see out there, or is it just me? So the thing go. That's how it is with our people. Yeah, them we miss. Chinaman can make millions of fight. Them we go friend the Chinaman. I said, this is my rich Chinese buddy. Then we go friend the white man. I said, this is my rich white buddy. And him rich enough after selling your thing. Soon as them say a black man do the same thing, oh, hey, hold on. My copyright them say you can't do that, brother. You have to take that down and flag a picture. That's how we are. Even some people who preach righteousness all the time, they ain't so righteous. I'm not saying they are. I'm not talking, I'm just saying. But we'll see where it's coming from and all that later on. Anyway, let me get into the show. Seeing the people them who order them shirt and them can't get it, I'll fix up their thing on a different ends. So where do we start now? Anyone want to start? 3 persons believed to be Jamaicans found dead in a New York home. That's the news headline in Jamaica. Shout out to Luke. But I go to the news headline that carries the same story in the U.S. Seymour Bennett, you're late enough. Come start the tree in New York, you know. All right. So the story about the 3 in New York says, there was a murder mystery in Queens, New York, where police discovered 3 bodies inside of a house in South Jamaica. Listen to this. 3 bodies discovered inside of a house in Jamaica. As CBS 2 News' Jessica Moore reported on Monday, we're learning that 2 of the people were unidentified victims. They have all been identified at this point. We're going to get to that. There was a flurry of police activities outside the home on 155th Street on Friday night after a 911 call about an unconscious woman inside of the house. Somebody went in the house, a relative went to go check because them a try reach them relative and can't reach them. When they went to go check, them called police. Police came and first they found 1 dead body. Then, when they searched the house, they found 2 more dead bodies downstairs in the basement. 1 dead body was upstairs. 2 more dead bodies downstairs in the basement. And this is, police found 22-year-old Varshana Malcolm in an upstairs bedroom, bound with electrical cord and duct tape, with multiple stab wounds to her chest and her neck area. In the basement, police also found Malcolm's aunt, Carlene Barnett, and her cousin, Devon Brightly. Both victims had multiple stab wounds all over. Police say that all the victims have been dead for at least 48 hours, had been dead for at least 48 hours by the time they discovered them. It's unbelievable, said one neighbor. The neighbor says, unbelievable. I can't imagine something like that happening to that family. Eric Ferrier, the neighbor that said this, it's a sad situation, man. Very sad. People have to lose their life like that. For what? For nothing. This case has stumped the police from the very beginning. They originally thought this was a murder-suicide situation. People out there have it say a murder-suicide. They originally thought it was a murder-suicide situation, but they quickly ruled that out. Here, the 100. They quickly ruled that out. Over the weekend, the police took a man in for questioning. Now, I've seen somebody else have it said the suspect was caught and he was brought in for questioning and he's been charged. That's a lie. It's not a murder. Me not call no name, but there's 3 people who I see bring the story. See, the rush to bring these stories, I decided a long time ago on YouTube. I used to do it too when I first came out. And I realized that that's what the audience wanted. Like the Jamaican audience, especially Caribbean audience, they show up every day for who got killed today. Yo, SouFlo, you're late, man. So-and-so already carried that story, there, man. Give me something else. Me hear that already. And I'm like, damn, these people have an insatiable appetite for like violence. They don't even care about the real details of the story. Well, I don't do breaking news. I'm not a news entity. I discuss what is trending in the news and try to make sense of what is happening with the situation. I also go and dig and try to find proper information. That's what we do over here. See? All right. So for one, it's not a murder-suicide situation. It is said that the police believed it was at first, but then they quickly ruled that out. Over the weekend, the police took a man in for questioning who they thought had something to do with it, thinking they may have found their suspect, but later, after questioning, he was released, and the police said that he actually had nothing to do with the 3 murders. I'm taking it directly from the CBS News update. See? Stunned neighbors says that they're terrified and they're heartbroken because these people were nice people. Very uncomfortable. Right now, I'm feeling extremely uncomfortable. Actually, I'm moving out. I'm leaving. One neighbor said, I'm not staying here. They're good people, like really, really good people. I just don't know what went wrong over there. The police are working a theory now that Vershana Malcolm, who is 20-something years old, the young 23-year-old female, she was the intended target. Possibly she was murdered by a former boyfriend, and that her aunt and her cousin were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Former boyfriend seemed to have been stalking her, found where she was at, got in there and killed her and killed her family members with her. Remember me telling about how someone take up some man when not even your family, all your family afraid of them. Your whole family afraid of them. And then when you get in trouble, nobody can help you because not even all your family looking for some place to run to for safety. Remember the story out of the UK where the girl went over, took her man to go meet her family for the first time from over one next part there because her her flat was getting renovated. And she said, okay, let me go over to the grandparents and whoa. And she, for the first time, she introduced him to her family. Remember how them lock him in at the house according to how the story went? And they were like, yeah, he was going through some issues, so we lock all the doors. But grandma always lock all the doors anyways and takes the keys with her upstairs to bed. So the youth did not try to get out of the house, according to the stepfather on the phone, right? He heard somebody say, let me out, I want to get out. And he asked them, who is that? And they said it was the young lady's boyfriend, right? He was going through some issues, and I guess they were planning to take him in the morning for psychological help or whatever, and him end up murder the people them in them house. I guess he flipped and figured, hey, I'm claustrophobic, can't stay in here. Are they gonna kill me? You don't know what's going through people's mind, especially when they have mental health issues already, right? This is what psychosis does. In this particular case, though, I don't know the situation. All I know is this is what the police has given so far. Yes, they did take somebody in. Yes, they did think that it was a issue of, but it's not. It's not a murder-suicide. And the person who they brought in, they let the person go. The person actually has nothing to do with this. They are now running with a theory that it is her boyfriend slash ex-boyfriend, and this is who they're after. They haven't even released any pictures yet. They haven't released any pictures of the victims. They haven't released any pictures of the boyfriend that is supposedly the one they are suspecting of doing this. Here's this. Now from Jamaica paper, Jamaica pick it up, right? 3 persons who are said to be from Jamaica were found dead inside a Queens home in New York on Friday. And this include a woman who detectives said had her hands bound together on a bed, and the bodies were found in a single family home in South Jamaica, Queens. They have been identified as 22-year-old Vershana Malcolm. She's the one that they're saying, our man, our man. That's the theory they're going with now. 55-year-old Carlene Barnett, that's her aunt. And her son, Carlene Barnett's son. See, the other report says her cousin. This is the 55-year-old's son, 36-year-old Devron Brightly. Malcolm's body was found on a bed with the hands taped together. It had multiple stab wounds to the neck and the chest, and her mouth was also taped. The other bodies had stab wounds and signs of blunt trauma to the heads. Reports in the U.S. media suggest that the bodies were in the house for at least 3 days before they were discovered on Friday by Barnett's other son. So this is the relative that went over there and discovered them. Because in the US media, it says a relative. Here, it says that's her other son. That's her other son who was trying to get in touch with his brother, couldn't get his brother, trying to get in touch with his mom, couldn't get his mom. Yo, I'm going to go over the house because they usually answer the phone, right? And that's what he walked into. Reports in the US media suggest that the bodies in the house had been there a couple of days, 3 days. He was the one who was questioned by the police, the son who found them. He was questioned by the police, and later he was released after they determined that he had nothing to do with the killings. It is believed that Barnett was actually just visiting from Jamaica also. She doesn't live there. She was visiting. Police responded to the home on 155th Street in South Jamaica after receiving a 911 call Friday afternoon, and detectives are looking into whether a domestic dispute led to these deaths, and so far, no arrest has been made. The domestic dispute they're talking about was the 20-something-year-old young lady's boyfriend. Wow. The first time I heard this, I said to myself, I wish scamming money never share up right now. Is who do somebody something or thief somebody money and run away gone to New York and thinks that I'm safe now. First of all, let me tell you something. If you're gonna run away, if you're gonna do something to somebody and run from Jamaica to say, let me tell you where not to go. I'm not encouraging your criminality, but I'm gonna tell you where not to go. Don't go to New York and don't come to Florida. Okay? Them two areas there, you bound to run into whoever the hell it is you're running from, or run into who people you're running from. Them two. And you can go on and stretch it out into Philly and New Jersey and these places. But they do these things all the time. So I thought that that's what that was. I can't imagine just visiting. Yeah, I go to New York, go see my niece and stay with my son them and enjoy like a time with my kids, you know? And then go back to Jamaica, I can take a break. Imagine having that kind of a privilege. Right now, you know, them show a video yesterday or day before yesterday. U.S. Embassy in Jamaica, the line long from boat, you have to go downtown. See? People are mass migrating. Them are try to get the hell up out of Jamaica. Of course, there are Jamaicans who are saying, I'm not going nowhere. I don't know what you are running from. Life might not be perfect, but it's good. I understand that. But there are a lot of Jamaicans who are thinking, I got to get the hell up out of here because it's bad and it's going to get worse and blah, blah, blah. Right? So to be able to be in a position where this is something that you can, you know, when you're there in Jamaica and your life good, you know, when your house bill already, you know, when bills not strangle you, you know, when you can afford all the things you want and need, and you have the luxury to be able to fly out when you feel like it and come back when you feel like it and these things. Some people life not set like that yet. See, so for her, she was able to leave and come back and leave and come back, and she just say, "Yeah, I'm gonna fly out and chill with me. Summer come, spend like a time out of the summer with my children, them, and blah blah blah." And you walk into that. You walk into that. Kaitaja Empress says there's so much more to this story. I think so too. I think so too. And honestly, I don't think this is just no ex-boyfriend or nothing. But that's just what I'm thinking. Not to sensationalize the story. I will wait for more to come out, and I will follow these stories just like I follow all the other stories. Sometimes I cover stories here, and you guys notice that all 1 year later, I'm giving you an update. Oh, he was just caught. Oh, he's going to prison. Oh, it wasn't him, it's somebody. I always do this. So I will stay close to this to see what the actual outcome of this is. But this no look like just no boyfriend, nothing. You know? It don't look like just no boyfriend, nothing. But to walk into this though, so you never know what your family members are into here, man. That's why sometimes it's best to just build by yourself and stay away from certain family members. But sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know, and you could end up being a victim of casualty because somebody wanted to do something to them and you just there. I'm here visiting. I don't know if you run off with nobody, lot of scamming money. I don't know if you want to sell drugs out of the downstairs part of the house. I don't know if you have bad man brethren and them can't find them and them want you, but them know where you live, so them might come for you. I don't know. I don't know what you into. I don't know where you're in. So it could be my life for something I absolutely know nothing about. We don't know the ins and outs of this story. All we know is what I've given you so far, because that's what's been printed in the U.S. press, given by police report here in the U.S. where it happened, and the follow-up in Jamaica. Because say if them are Jamaican, there's going to be somebody that say, yo, I'm a family this, St. Elizabeth them come from. She just left. She just gone up there to see her son them. She said she had to spend a month and come back and look what happened and so on. So, you weigh the stories and you read through all of them, sift it out and make sense out of what's given. And then that's where we're at with it. No more. Not trying to add no more. We're going to wait until more come out. And then when more come out now, we sift that out too and try and make sense of that as well. Y'all be careful out there. May I realize now, say life is very, very precious and very, very fragile. And some people out there don't value your life or their life. And, if you make up your mind to live a long time on this earth, you're going to have to take on a kind of personality where sometimes you're probably going to have to even become antisocial. I love that, Me love being in my own world. And the reason is I don't know who involved in what. So some of my people them watch me right now upon this, and them say, watch him now all now him no contact where I come look for me. No know who involved in that. And me just want to stay safe. Me have 6 picnic that I'm trying to raise and put good on this earth before I leave. And me don't know my time might be limited, and I'm trying to do the most now with what I have. I mean, no want nobody come pile up my thing and make my life get taken away over foolishness, So I move a certain kind of way. Some people might think it's power, but it's okay. It's survival. I've lived in this town where I live now. Give you an example. Where I live now for quite some time, right? And I remember one vlogger. He used to put out videos and say, I lie, I tell the boy I don't know if he live and he's not really from Florida and all these things. Boy, they did a number on me, boy, trying to raise their views. That's why I went there this morning. But anyhow, a brother who I know from a long time. One day, they're driving by and their car broke down close to my home, and they pulled up to my driveway and them knocked the door and asked for water. I guess the vehicle was overheating. So when I open the door now, but I see them on the camera already. And I already say, yo, I know that youth there. See? And do I want to go out there? Because I really don't want people knowing where I live. I went out there. Strap up, I always strap up like my paro. My thing dep on me. So I go out there and I'm like, and yo, what? I say that, brother. boy, nice, not everything on thing, boy, you want to see the vehicle overheat. So we got to talking. All right, yesterday, this was a while back. Yesterday, my doorbell ring again. And it's the same person show up. This time him show up with the next person. I wasn't going to answer, but I'm standing there and I have a glass front door. And my daughter, Gossa, move the curtain thing with block the glass part of the front door. And, you know, him could have seen my foot and thing. He couldn't see my face. So instead of just talking through the comm system and say, hey, leave a message or blah, blah, me go out there again. Strap up, you know. But me, I think to myself the whole time, I say, why you bring man come on my yard, brother? Why you bring a man come to my yard? And now I'm talking to them, but they're talking about promo. Like them have an artist where them want me to do some promo with and all this other stuff, right? And I say, okay, give me information and make it, you know, come through and them play some of my music for me and all these other things. Maybe because literally my backyard used to back up to Theme backyard. See? And he's a youth that I've known for like 15 years now. And his father I've really known, but I still not trust people. Because I'm wondering, see, I would never do that. I would never bring somebody, yo, me know where I'm living now. Come on, go over there and ring it. I would never do that. See? So when him do it again now, yesterday, I was like, all right. So you see the whole of last night, my power you rotted. The whole of last night, like I went to sleep last night. I'm in a sleep good. I make sure one in the chamber, me make sure the gun set right, which part, if anything flinching, then me reach it in 1.00 millisecond. I'm making sure that everything is set right in the house, you know what I mean, or the camera is working outside. From you pull up in my driveway, I have a long driveway. From you pull up in my driveway anyways, you're on camera anyways, right? But, and worse, if you come to my front door, you're definitely on cameras. But still, and I know they see the cameras and all that, but you know, some people so, like, I don't know, criminals, a lot of these criminals are dumb. Like, they'll do it, and then later on, when they're on camera in court, they're like, oh, damn, why ain't see the camera, man? You know, something like that. So, I'm a paro of people. So, I look at him weird when I leave yesterday, but the funny thing is, the guy that he showed up with is our next guy when me know. So here, my mom used to run a restaurant here, right? My mom owned her restaurant here for 2 decades, right? Very successful restaurant. She was the first Jamaican restaurant in my area. She retired out of that business, closed her restaurant down, and think even though me didn't want if it forward with it. But anyway, all that. So on weekends, I used to keep it going. And mom used to be like, hey, you can keep it open all weekend and whatever money you make, you take it. So I used to be like, what? Okay, so I'm going to do an all-nighter drink up and the food, the drinks is free, but the food you pay for and blah, blah, blah. Made a killing. He used to be one of those people that come out there on Fridays and he used to be at the domino table and everything. And, you know, but when him come yesterday and him see me, as we see each other, he was like, it is him. I don't know why the people who knew me before, that now they're like, yo, I watch your show all the time, you know. I tell my brother and say, yo, this look just like so and so, but I'm not sure if I you. Are you? So that's the kind of look he gave me yesterday, like, brother, my mother watch your thing, you know, and so on. So, but me still not trust people. So right now, me still paro. Just because him bring a next man come on my yard. But the way how the Most High work sometimes, I don't know, stranger or somebody where you gonna know still. See? So, boy, me straight up tell people, don't come to my house uninvited. Don't try to surprise me because you might be the one who gets surprised. Seymour Bennett says. And I'm that kind of person as well. I don't pop up at people's house. Not even my mom's house I don't pop up at. Right? I'll give you a fun fact too. For my mom's house, I will pull up randomly at my mother's house and a firearm on me, of course, and I will run her property. Like, just to make sure my mother okay. And I'll do it morning hours, midday hours, night hours, run our property real quick. And she has cameras, so she's going to see it for me, right? But other than that, me I make sure say no man in our backyard I try sneak in our house or ain't nobody breaking in, all her windows and doors lock and these kind of things, and then I gone about my business. But I don't go and show up, bing, middle of the day, ring off our doorbell. I just came to chill and talk. Like, somebody say you shouldn't answer the door. Yeah, I won't answer the door no more. But I'm going to tell you, this is somebody I've known for like 15 years. Probably not 15 years, probably about 10 years. But it's somebody that I've known for a while. But still, I still feel power, and I trust my spirit out of everything. So you see, if my spirit say paro, me paro. Me paro. I don't answer the door, and I'm not quite about it 100. Yeah, my paro. And I won't be answering the door again. Them can get talked to through the phone and through the intercom from now on. Stacey Ann Williams says, I don't answer my door for anyone. That should be a protocol. You don't answer your door for anyone who was not invited over. You understand? You don't answer your door. Virtuous Fire, same one name in the chat room. All right, make sure your name is there for me. They should not have showed up unannounced. Lucky I never baker. Don't make them run in like that, bright. So you see my sentiment though. You share my same sentiment. And though them might be watching right now, but me say this because me want them to know that right now. So that's the protocol from now on. And anybody else who's seen this, don't pull up. Don't pull up. If I didn't invite you, don't pull up. I'm very cross and protective because one, that's where I lay my head, and two, that's where I have my children at. So really don't pull up. Majority of the crime in Jamaica is with people who knew each other. Absolutely, Mervyn the point, Jamaica Kerr. And this is what I've been telling Jamaican people. So when stuff happened yesterday, right, now I'll get into the other story now about the girl, but let me quickly say this. My people be trying to demonize me so much that, and all I'm trying to do is enlighten them. I said the other day, when the boy were kill off him cousin and our 4 picnic them, me say, I still encourage people to go to Jamaica because I've never seen a story come out of Jamaica where strangers are running you down in the street trying to kill you and you have to run like your things them and all that. It always has to do with a cousin set you up, a sister set up a brother set up a sister, children killing parents because them want life insurance policy or them want property, vice versa. All these other things, right? Best friend I sleep with, best friend wife I want to kill him, best friend girlfriend this with best. It's always people that are somehow connected to each other, and usually is by blood or by marriage or some kind of close association, like friends for years and these things. I saw a thing up. When me say that now, here are some people. Look at you trying to justify this scumbag and what he did. How the rotted did I try to justify the scumbag? I just spoke facts. And look at you trying to encourage to go back to that killing hole so people can go down there to dead off. That's why I haven't been back in 25 years and 20 years. If you haven't been back in 25 years, you haven't been back longer than more than half of my lifetime that I've never been there. So you don't even know Jamaica anymore. That's for one. For two, you need to listen to people who are always there all the time, especially if we're not like Bugo Yaga kind of people and we're trying to do uplifting things. I'm not sending you to no death hole gun place. Jamaican people really don't frig with you like that. Something of it in a something and mix up with something, right? It's sad to say, but I've seen situations where I've covered the story and I'm like, yo, the lady was 85. What she do you? What could an 85-year-old possibly have done? I see them Jamaican people say, SouFlo, hello, wait, the rest of the story will come. When the rest of the story come, our scammer son run away with the man them millions, take with them kilos of cocaine, hide out over there so them know same did that, them did that trail him left before them come. When them reach there, them just done everybody in there, and it so happened to be granny and the picnic them and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, blouse and skirt, okay. Because I was thinking, looking from the outside in, that them probably smoke some crazy drugs, take some crazy pills, went in there, raped the 85-year-old woman and killed off 2 little picnic. And I know how the story go. See? So I have to be responsible with my delivery of these stories, or else it could come across like I'm trying to scare people out of Jamaica while telling them to contradicting myself, telling them to go back. You understand? So if we get to the meat of the matter of each story when we cover each story, that is why I stay on top of these stories until they are completed. Sometimes it takes years, but that's what we do. I fly out in a couple of weeks to Ja. Mrs. Nia, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Unless you're, are you going to a volatile area where you're picking them, or your people them mix up in a things and all that? Because someone don't know to. Someone have some gunman cousin and some little gunman nephew and these things, and some little wild female cousins who they with some bad man, gunman and these things, and them tell about, come man, you're safe on the ground and we can go here and there. And she not telling you, say, gunman a trail her boyfriend. She not telling you, say, well, like a cousin a big time scammer down here, you know, and man want to lick off him head. So when we go party tonight, just member say, they're not telling you those things. That's why I said, I prefer stay alone. Because I don't know who in a what. And I don't want to dash my life like that. You understand? So we have to understand how the thing work. We have to understand how the thing work. And stop make it look like, oh man, as soon as you land on that plane, it's just gunshots coming your way. You're going to have to duck and crawl all the way to where you're going to stay at. Then you'll be safe. It's not like that. It's not like that. When we reach Jamaica, I want to kiss the ground. I'm in my place. There my yard. And I know how to navigate and go about my business. And we trying to tell you that you over here afraid, and you've been in a foreign so long that you're so out of touch. That's why I'm telling us if you go back to your yard and top ton of people play so long and go and like say that's how you're gonna be. Some of them make up in the mind already, so that's where you're gonna be forever, anyways. So you have assimilated and you have accumulated all these things around you, and you feel very cushy and comfy, and you no longer know how to relate to your people and your place. And the same thing that I'm going right which part with that, but we're just not focused on that. We're just not focused on that, right? So I saw the thing up. You listen, go back to your place and go back as often as you can, and try to make links on the ground. At least try to be with the heartbeat of the country, how thing I go. So you understand and know, and you don't look like one big sore thumb sticking out every time you land every 20 years. You know, you're out there, yeah, take me over to Crossroads. And man, if I tell us, which crossroad they are talking about, because crossroad, them licked down that 10 years ago and built up the highway there over there. So where you really want to go? You know? You got to go back. You got to go back. Darling Walter Riley says never go back. You said never go back? That's a lie. I've never told anybody never go back. I have told people, please, Dorothy, be careful what you say. Look at your statement. You said that I said never go back. How can you say I said never go back, but also say that I said to visit first before going back? Visiting is going back. What I have said is, if you have not been back in a long time and you feel uncomfortable going back, go try an all-inclusive. Because you feel like you're a tourist now. So go try an all-inclusive first. And then from the all-inclusive, venture outside. Little bit. Right outside of the all-inclusive, you're going to see some jerks, something I sell. Or you're going to see one like a shop, little bit more further down the road. You know, you can take, today you venture out 50 feet. Tomorrow you venture out 100 meters. The next day, you know, you're gone a blouse and skirt Clarendon from Westmoreland. And that's how the thing go. But you're afraid. So you're going to take a little time and venture back out. That's what I'm trying to tell people to do, right? But I never say stay away and don't go back. I can't tell you that because I'm always back. I'm always back. People always see me at Jamaica and them, rotted, SouFLo, you there, or away at the round them party. Like, I'm here. I'm here. You know? I meant you said before return, but okay, thank you. Thank you. Because I know one, some people would take it and run with it. See, she say you said don't go. I didn't. And I never said don't go back. I encourage people to go back. I encourage people to build. I encourage people to invest. I encourage people to not hang on for Uncle Sam and the Queen stuff and go on like a few. Because when them start kicking out, then they start ball to people. But I've been here so many years, and my papers, and my stay, and my citizenship. Make sure you have a connection with your yard. You know? I know, I saw it, Darlene, and I appreciate it. Thank you. It was a mistake. I got it. I just had to elaborate on that real quick. But them they are all on for people stuff, and they might kick you off like, come out. And I say my leg that come out. They might kick you off fight, and then they are all on, don't kick me out, please. Please don't kick me out. I don't want to go. Come on, man. Oh my God. I'm gonna fight this. I want to stay. No, sir. Right now, if them tell me, say, yo, come out. Me left faster than if they tell me, say, come out right now. Damn, did we tell them to? You know, we were going to say, like, leave when you feel like, right? That wouldn't even finish the sentence. Oh, they have my yard to go. I'm not afraid to go to Jamaica, and I'm not encouraging anybody to be afraid to go either. We're not building that narrative over here at all. We want the people them home. We want to book up in a summer. Who know when time we did it? And that's that. And I have. I'm coming through the airport. I'm here. Morning thoughts. It make me feel good to see. When we look around like this, and she's like, so I am so and so on the platform. You're just coming in. I'm leaving, but I'll be back in a month because I'm gonna say, boy, wish we could not travel like you. She said, yes, this is my 9th time for the year. I think we were like in the middle of the year. We were like 6 months into the year last year, and she done the 9th trip already. Yes, man, and the next lady, yes, because my grandmother is down here and, nobody else not left to take care of her, so I have to come in on a regular basis. Sometimes New York, sometimes I just fly right in and, do a little weekend and go back and thing. And I said, them people them you like. Kind of forget about your people them. And it's a short plane ride, and if you can afford it, do it. But that's what I try to tell the rest of the way I run from the thing, say. Foreign is not yours, my friend. I don't care how comfortable you feel in it. I don't care how good you think it is to you and all that. The EM have some benefits here that we wish we had in Jamaica as well, but at the same time, our grandparents them used to tell us, say, when them say pray for the best and prepare for the worst, something like that. Yeah, man, you have to do that. You pray and hope for the best and you work for the best, but you also prepare yourself for if the shite hits the fine. I'm out of here, man. My God. I just got back early June and I can't wait to go back there in September. I'm telling you, lovely. I'm in Jamaica, I'm in paradise. Listen, I'm no hypocrite. I'm in the US, I'm in paradise. Me want my life to just be paradise all the way around though. I've worked my ass off to have a life in the US where I feel like it's paradise and comfortable, and my children are growing up a certain way. Sometimes I have to look on them. Well, just said to me. I told y'all that yesterday. Like, I can't tell Kai yesterday, stop it. Him said, no, you stop it. Me have to look on his mother, and she look on me, and we just, we have to bust out a laugh because they're growing up different. But we want that. We don't want them get boof baff, coof cough like we used to get and boof them down for every little thing, and they grow up not being able to speak out when they feel like they have an opinion and things. So we create this little world right here, and then we want to make sure, say in Jamaica, we have the same thing too. Not true? Yes. That means if anything happen and this shit hits the fan and we're there, we're also still living the same way, right in the same means and everything. Listen to me. Gaia Yard. Here, I can move on to the next story real quick. The next story now is a sad story again. And I figured I would do all the killy stuff one morning and get it out the way, I guess. But this story right here. First, news broke yesterday about a young lady. And I told you, if you guys are in the chat room, you see the picture. She's laying in a doorway. She's kind of stretched out as if she was trying to leave. She's a mother. She's 17 and a mother of a child that's 2 months old. So I said to myself, say, she naked. She naked. She in a G-string. She in a gray G-string. And she naked. except for the G-string. She's face down in a pool of blood coming from one side of her head, and she dead. I'm saying to myself, if this is a mother of two, a mother of a 2-month-old, I've been there for the birth of my children. I know the recovery process, whether it's vaginal or C-section. So I said, damn, she got back to it quick, or was this a scenario of her being raped or a wagwan over here so with her, It's just, as I see it, my mind starts to work, like what's really going on. So that was the original story, broke, and those in the chat room can see the picture. This is the story to the picture in the chat room, because if you're in the chat room, you might not get the whole story either. Further details are emerging, and shout out to Luke for this morning. Further details are emerging now about the circumstances in which 17-year-old and some news media outlets were saying she was 18. Some were saying she was 19. It's been confirmed that she is 17, and she is the mother of a 2-month-old. Further details are emerging about the circumstances in which a 17-year-old female was shot and killed while at a house in Denham Town, West Kingston, on Sunday. The young woman was gunned down in the company of her 2-month-old baby. The deceased is Devonice Nelson of North Street, Kingston 14. Reports are that the teen was at the premises on Water Street when explosions were heard. The police were called, and during a search of the property, the body of the young mother was found. Now, since then, the police have identified 2 persons of interest in relation to this particular incident. You know, people talk. I saw Shady over there with, and one of me see when name they run out. Don't call my name. I see when name they run out. One time me hear the bow. I see when name they run out first, and then I see when name they run out back time. They are Eric Murdoch, otherwise called Brando, and Tevin Cross, both of King Heights, Water Street, Kingston 14. Those men have been asked to turn themselves into the Denham Town police station immediately, latest 5 p.m. That was supposed to be 5 p.m. yesterday, the 27th. Below, head of the Kingston Western Public Division, Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, and a community member gave a speech on the incident with further details coming from Phipps and reactions from the community. And if you want to see that video, you can go over to Jamaica Loop. Shout out to the Loop. I take info from them all the time. I have deemed them to be a credible source of information now. I've been working with them for years, right? And they're one of the entities that if they even get it wrong or put a little mistake in there, they quickly update themselves and come back and say, a misprint happened yesterday and this is what the actual info is, and so on and so forth. So anyone with information, they're asking you to please call the nearest police station or 876-948-6443, or just call Crime Stop at 311. Now, like I said, the pictures that I saw and knowing now the relationship of this young lady and these 2 men that name a call now, me I said to myself, say, why she get fine in a G-string, face down, and uncle name call? You see what I say? Uncle name call. Let me see. I'm trying to go back to, because there's another source. Okay, here we go. Our uncle and our baby father. Now, if somebody has said them see our uncle and our baby father run out when gunshot bust, and she's in there naked, you know, my mind start flip with. I mean, what would you be thinking? What would you be thinking? You're probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. All right. Somebody left a comment, and the comment says that her wicked baby father kill her. Youth, you kill the girl after you beat her up and beat up the girl mother too. and you tell her to come and stay at your house, and you kill her, you get her to meet you, and then you give her a shot in her head and run gone. That's one of the comments there. Next person say, well, him just gonna plead guilty and give some sad story, and then he'll be right back out the road in about 10 years while that baby is left motherless forever. Then you, of course, you have the Almighty God and Jesus, please come and save us. And then Monica says that if a man don't want a woman, he kills her. If he don't want to manage a family, he kills her. If he found another woman, he kills her. If me no know, don't use this to judge all men. Cause me and one I man them when I kill a soul. Your daughter is safe with me. Me not kill a soul daughter. Me will left. Or she can leave. She can freely leave. Because I'm not trying to hold on to nobody that don't want to be held on to. You know what I say? But you have some man out there. Me don't know the ins and outs again of this. But I find it weird the way she was found that an uncle and a baby daddy name get called upon this. You know? To see that child there, and I say child because she is younger than my oldest child, to see that baby laying there, because my oldest child is still a baby to me, just to see that baby laying there and the way she was laying there in that condition, you know, wish that upon your worst enemy picnic them. You know? You don't wish that on your worst enemy's child. Think about it. You know, as a parent, to have to go witness something like that, them things that will make you lose your mind. You have to trunk. You have to trunk. Julie Tapper says maybe he caught her with the uncle. I went to shoot the uncle and she get it. Jane Anders says the uncle was trying to defend her. Like I said, I see somebody said, youth, you beat up the girl, you beat up her mother, and tell her to go at your house. You meet her over there and shoot her in her head and run gone. Weird. I'm trying to figure out what the hell her uncle is doing in a room where she is in a G-string. That's how I try to figure out. And if her and her man was fighting, where the hell is her clothes? And she wrapped up in her sheet. She wrapped in a sheet as if this was the sheet on a bed. Right? This was the sheet on the bed. And like, you know, when woman pull the sheet and wrap you up, yeah, so wrap up himself in night and say, somebody there at window or somebody there at door, and then wrap the sheet. So that's what she looked like. That's the question I'm asking Lady B. Somebody said it's his apartment. I haven't confirmed that. But that was one of my first questions was, whose house was that? Because honestly, the first time I saw it, I said, damn, 17 years old, mother of a 2-month-old. And you get found like this. I wonder if some prostitution thing did go on. You know, she running something for some money. Because you know them things here happen. You know, unfortunately, but it happens. Now she have a picnic to take care of, might not have a baby daddy to help her with. That's my first initial thought before I even read anything about the story. 17-year-old mother of a 2-month-old. And she back out there again. Let me see the picture. It's a prostitution. But then let me see the story. Uncle and baby father. And I still thought prostitution. You know why I thought prostitution? Females, listen to this, please. This is one way that a man who is pimping you can actually control your mind, control you. Okay? I'm telling you, man, if I was going to be a pimp, I would be a cold pimp. But you got to be heartless to do stuff like that. That would breed you. Meaning they'll tell you they love you. You know, they'll make it an official relationship. They'll give you a child even. And then they'll put you back to work. And they don't care who your client is. And in the sick world that we live in, Clients don't care who them I get them thing from. Uncle we buy from him niece. Hell, uncle we buy from him own daughter if she's selling it. You know? It's just the way that things go. I remember watching a documentary out of Jamaica, and I know some of y'all have seen the same documentary, and I have to draw a reference to this just to show you what I mean. And the uncle, remember the white tourist man that was actually in Jamaica doing undercover work to see if there is child trafficking, sex trafficking going on in Jamaica and how prevalent it is, how much of this I go on here. He said, I come to Jamaica all the time. I love it here. But I couldn't help but noticing that, you know, the age of consent here is 16 years old. I can't imagine how many of these perverts actually fly in from these first world countries to this third world country, as they call it, to just so they can have sex with a 16-year-old. And half of the time she passes as 16, she's probably like 13, 14. He went out, did his video, someone on the seat, did his video. It was an uncle, take him like a 14-year-old niece from out of the house. And you know what the uncle said to the tourist man, the white man that's buying her? He said, yeah man, our mother trusts me, I'm a sister. Can get her anytime I want. I said, come on, she come with me, you know. I just tell her mother anything and her mother believe it. And the white man asked him, so I'm paying you right now 150 US. How much of this is she gonna get? Him say, we split the money half and half. Me find the client, then me protect her. You know, she do the work. I will split the money half and half. So she happy with that? And he was like, yeah, man, she happy with that, man. She gets to buy her little, you know, her phone them and her, you know, get her hair done and her shoes and nice clothes and them thing there. This wasn't no staged video. This wasn't a movie part. This was somebody showing us in Jamaica. I remember I said this for years, you know. I said they need to change the age of consent because with tourist industry boom for a lot of things, people want to come catch a vibe. Them want to sip a cool red stripe on a nice beach and watch a beautiful sunset. Them want to eat some of our food and them thing. They listen to some music and chill with us. Because Jamaica has a kind of vibe to it that I can't explain it. You just have to be there to feel it in yourself, you know. But there's a big part of it where it's perverts coming down. Some big man where some of them all have them family, wife and picnic. Yes, babe, where the boys are going to Jamaica and some of them are going to, it's a business trip and others are going. It's just a getaway real quick with the guys and whatever. And that's some little girl, them are going for 14 years old. 14. And the man, so one time the uncle leave her, the uncle go get her, you know, my friend. Bring her to him, you know. This is his sister's child, you know. Bring her to the man and leave her with the white man. The white man closed the door. And when him closed the door, he said, I got cameras in here and don't be scared. I'm not gonna do anything to you. And she start like this. And he was like, I'm not the police either. Don't be scared. I'm gonna sit in here and talk to you, act like something happened just to kill some time, but I'm doing a documentary and I want to know certain things. So me and you are gonna talk. And him start talk to the girl and she start answer. Him said, first of all, you don't look 16 to me, right? If I should be honest, you are probably younger than 16, aren't you? The little girl said, yes, I am. He said, tell me your real age. How old are you really? She said, 15. Him said, She said, okay, I'm 14. But I look 16. So I just say 16. Me say, you see all them bumbleclots something here? You see all them something here? Because imagine how much other man, fear our uncle carry go give, that never cared to ask no rotted age. And somewhere in his mind, he thinks this is a sexy 14-year-old and him go do things to her, and he did. And him pay him money and him gone about him business. And his phone call to Jamaica when he is traveling is, Yo, the one that we had the last time, I want that same one again. Yeah, I'm landing this Friday. And I'll be at the Marriott, or I'll be at the Sunset Resort, or I'll be at the wherever. Yeah, man, I have your man. Everything ready to go, man. Same price and thing. Yeah, man, everything good. Link up. All right. People, I'm telling you, say it happen way more than you think. You must hear what I say. So you see that situation here now with this little girl. Her actual name is Denevise Nelson is her real name. Say her name. But they call her Pinky, right? Them call her Pinky. Just for the fact that she's 17 and a mother of a 2-month-old already tells me that because no young girl no one get pregnant and breed and I can run baby at 17 unless something is twisted in her background. Seeing? So I'm looking at that already, and then uncle name call and baby father name call. It's his, they're saying that it's his child that she has. Baby father name call, uncle name call. The condition she was seen in the chat room, in that video when I see it, anything can go on. I'm going to stay with that story though, again. And we're going to follow this through and see what the real story is behind this story. Me not think this have to do with no just boyfriend fight again. I think this is something deeper that's going on here, but we might never know. We might never know. You shouldn't in a G-string and topless and your uncle in there. And the fact that gunshot bust and them run out tells me they didn't have time to strip her down and stage a crime scene. So something did go on and gunshot fire and everybody run. You think the uncle shoot after the baby father and miss? But Veronica, why would she be with no clothes on in there if the uncle did in there? That's puzzling me. Boy, we have to watch our picnic them, you know. We have to watch our kids closer than ever before. It's a mad rotted world we are living in. A mad world we're living in. You know? I protect my niece like my own daughters. I will slap with somebody for them. Seymour Bennett. And this is what we encourage people to do. Because some people walk away saying, well, me not have no daughter, so me not have nothing for her about. Yeah, but your sister have a daughter though. You know, and your brother have a daughter. Or your sister and your brother have sons. Those children are your children. You remember one time gone where the community, you wasn't just your family picnic, you know. You were the community's child. Big up to my place at Jamaica and Clarendon. Because when I reach in my place, I say all the people them where know me from my yard, they are my knee. Today, when me walking at that, them say, oh boy, this you know. Just like that. Because, and you know, it resonates with my soul. It resonates with my soul. Paul, big up yourself. Bongo, big up yourself. Because it resonates with my soul. Because when them say, oh boy, this you know, it tells me that I never go out into the world and move shaky and shame them. It tells me that they were always there and they instilled certain things in me, whether me did know it or not. And they did, now that I think about it. You know what I say? And I'm theirs still. It was a time gone by where you belonged to your village. You didn't just belong to your mother or just to your father or just to your family. You belong to the village. Look like them days they're gone. Look like them days they're gone. Brian Marshall says the information could be wrong too. Well, could very well be, Brian Marshall. We weren't there. They have information that they saw 2 people running from the place, and the 2 people that they saw is our baby father and our uncle. So we weren't there. We just have to go off what the police report says. I usually try to go off of reliable sources like a police report and stuff like that. And then, end of the day, if we're going to just have a conversation about it, then we can say what we want to say, you know? Unless she and the baby dad did a fight and the uncle come to break it up and they take a wrong turn, Carrie Ann Jones says. Every child around me is protected, and the parents know they are. Mary James. Because that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Real friggin' adults do real things. Yes? Every picnic around you is supposed to be protected. Every picnic around you is your responsibility. You can't be around kids and be talking about, well, I know mine, so I turn my back the way I'm. You never see one time the man did I touch him up, and you can't do that. That kid is in your presence, that's your child. That's your child. That's what the world is supposed to be. You know? But you got uncles selling their little nieces. Your sister pick me, you know? With a mindset like that, and you're the older brother, me I look upon you like you probably used to molest your sister when she was growing up too. Cause how you reach that's the way you are sell our daughter. Like literally selling her like a 14-year-old. Sick as Ross. Sick as Ross. Listen up. We beat that story to death. One more story here. And I would have to go into the chat room for that one, because I wanted you to see the video. Those of you who are in the chat room, you already, boom, it's queued up, ready to go. I didn't even remember queuing it. This story. Now tell me if this is my responsibility. This is the stepdaddy talk. This is the stepfather them out there who actually stepped in and did good by the children. I take my hats off to you, man. I mean, I respect you to the ground. Me big you up, manners and respect, because that's something we would have never do. Never. I think I got a big lion head on this shoulder right here, and I think like a lion, like for real. You see how the lion them pop neck one time them meet a new when alpha lion meet a new cat, you know. If she have a pride, if she have babies, him pop them neck, you know. Him dash for the baby them and breed her again. So you are gonna only have my kids. You're only gonna raise my kids. When I come around, I come take care of no other lion pick me. I kind of move with that mentality. So I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where, oh, I love her so much, but she has children, so I'm gonna pretend I like the children. And now I have to go take care of all them picnic that. And I would never be in a situation where it's she has a bunch of kids and I'm walking in there thinking I can get her without the children. Or I can only feed one, which is the one that I'm going to give her. And the rest of them must go hungry. So anyway, watch this video real quick. It's an argument. She's trying to expose him. The video kind of long, 4 minutes and change of this video, but let's make it do what it do. See it. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I don't know where my sound is at. Okay, right here. Turn my speaker box up. Okay, here we go.
One thing to McDonald's, but what about my other kids?
Okay, hold on.
Look, y'all. Every day my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not gonna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there you go. And I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry? What do you like? What do you mean? Okay, what about my other kids? What about your other kids? Okay, but them your kids' siblings though. So what are you talking about? What are you them my kids, them your kids' siblings though. So my other kids finna be left out. You didn't feed them? You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7. Listen, is that my problem? Then if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out. I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son. But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat it for all his other siblings and they're not eating from McDonald's. No, No. He's not gonna eat that at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
So you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too, though?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where her day daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
Three kids that ain't mine.
Yeah, they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, I did.
Yes, you did.
You ain't to expect me to take care of kids. They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids. Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. You're foolish in this shit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all. Then he can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had one or two, I could maybe. You got it's three extra kids. What the? You all like going to my mother account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Done.
So that's what you gonna go with. That's the one you.
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
So that means
yeah. So don't. No, I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other one. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th. Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the room.
Down to the car. He ain't even got. He can eat for his brothers. He come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here.
Give
it here. Doug, he ain't eating this. You.
Why don't you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Selfish is like you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do it. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid. Thought I was finna take that today. Yeah, I had another thing for him today. No, he can't take it today.
You ain't got to like me. You don't have to agree with me either. Try this out. What's up, Papa? Yeah, she's wretched. Babe, did Coast of them come? Okay. Say hi, Pop.
Hi.
Say my birthday is in 2 days.
My birthday is 2 days.
And I'll be 4 years old.
I'll be 4 years old.
Yeah.
So I have my birthday cake. So Melania and Micaiah, we
Oh
have.
God! All right. All right. Save all that.
Mommy,
Go be with your look. Go be with your brothers, Papa. Daddy soon come. Okay. He wanted to tell y'all about his birthday and how it's gonna go, and his birthday cake and all that. But hear me though. I see some of y'all beating up the man about he's a fractional father, so he's doing his fraction and all this. That man didn't tell you to have all them kids by different men. It's not his responsibility. Honestly, it's not my responsibility if me or him, right? Let me put myself in a fem's shoes. Now, but where are your other children's fathers at? So and remember, they're not in a relationship. I don't know if some of y'all thinking they're in a relationship. They're not in a relationship. She's a stop and go. Okay? Multiple other guys stopped and then they went. He also stopped, deposited, and he went. Only difference is he's coming back to take care of his. So guess what? Because their father don't pick them up to spend the weekend with him, meaning my child not gonna get to have visitation with me either. She said, you bring him food every day. Man, that's a king. That's a king she should be saluting. Remember, Emirated picnic, we bring him food every day. That means that man out there driving around somewhere saying to himself, yo, I'm hungry, I'm about to go eat. But I wonder if my little man ate today. You know what? Let me swing by and take him something to eat. Not responsible for your other kids. Their daddy should have been thinking the same way too. Unfortunately, you picked a bunch of guys to have babies with that don't give a damn about their kids. Now, I'm supposed to pick up their slack and their responsibility. We're not even in a relationship anymore. I'm one of them, and I'm stopping by to take care of mine. The respectable thing she could do all the time is, hey, every time your daddy comes, or don't even tell the kid because the kid not ready for all that yet. I hate when grown-ass people put adult problems on babies' heads. These kids can't handle that. You grown as shit and you can't even handle it. So how you expect that child to process all that? So here's the deal. Hey, when you come pick your child, when you come bring food for your son, take him to the park. And y'all could sit at the park and eat. Because I don't want the other kids, because they're going to feel bad, you know? And they're going to be like, damn, my daddy never brings me nothing. Or something like that. Or they might be hungry and they might be looking at him like, you know, they want some or whatever. So take him to the park. Take him wherever you want. The guy said it. He said, hey, you could put him in the car. He don't have to sit in there and eat it in front of all the other kids. So, all right, later. So put him in the car. Put him in the car. Let him go with his dad. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, fam. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. You seen this video just now?
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you think about this?
I blame the men. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't reason with the women. Why y'all go and put y'all sitting in cesspool? Why? The body is so important. The behind and the hips and the breasts. You can't control yourself?
True.
Why you go and put your sitting in a cesspool? And then you turn around and you act like you're a victim. No, I don't feel sorry for you.
He walked into that.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you. You pick that up. Yeah. Without a condom. You breed that.
Must agree.
That's your decision. Why you go and pick up cesspool? Enough for you guys do that. And they complain, oh, the mother, so and so, so and so. Why you didn't think of that before you pulled on your pants?
True.
Come on.
True.
If I was a man, I would be so protective of my seed. Honestly. The feel good wouldn't even be important. I would be so protective of, because I know my seed is connected to my pocket.
Yes. Your legacy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So women like that, you cannot reason with them because she should have shamed. You have so much different man squirt in you. It's disgusting. You're nasty.
But they don't.
But you choose that woman to raise your child, and now you're complaining.
That's what I said earlier. I said, how as a man, I don't understand how a man see a woman already that have multiple children by multiple different men, and he goes in there and gives her another one, and either split two and leave her with more that nobody is going to care for, or stick around but feel like he could only do for one. Like, either way, you're caught. And either way, it's a situation where I would never want to step into.
It would be nice if he bought for the others, but he does not have to. Because he's not, it's different from when you're a passerby versus a stepfather. If you're a stepfather living in a house.
Right. Yeah, that's your responsibility.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's a different situation.
Right.
But y'all have to be more sexually disciplined. A lot of y'all are not sexually disciplined. You figure because you're a man, it's okay to not be sexually disciplined.
True.
And then you turn around and then you complain when you end up with that.
I take that beating there. That's true.
Yeah.
And the brothers should take that beating too. It's true.
Come on. I want to have to do better.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. I can't say nothing about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
You see that caller there? That caller, I only know her by her voice. Right? I don't even look at the number or name or nothing. I only know her by her voice. And every time she calls, she is on point with sense. It's true. We have to take that beating the men, because I said it in the beginning. I don't see how you do that. Now, if you're a stepfather and you've decided that, hey, I love this woman, I don't care how many children she have by whoever, it doesn't matter to me. I want to move forward with her in life, right? So we're gonna cohabitate, and we're going to have our babies, and she want to have more for me on top of the how many she have already for whoever else. That's fine. I'll take all of them, and I'll take care of all of them, and I'm gonna raise them and be the daddy that the ones who don't have no daddy are, and whatever. You're a super friggin' man. You're a superman. Like, I take my hats off to you. I bow down to you. I respect you, because I'm too weak to do that, if that's what weakness is. I can't do it, and I would never do it. Me not care who I say, well, I don't give a damn. Me not do it. Me not do it. First of all, me don't want no woman will have other picnic by other man. I don't. And somebody says, you're so hypocritical, because you have how many kids? By how many? Me take care of the whole of my picnic them, and none of them mother don't have no picnic by no other man. So that's that. Right? Every king governs his kingdom differently. My kingdom governs a certain way. And when I'm telling you that I'm not falling into that, I'm not falling into that. And no man don't have to take care of none of mine. No man don't have to take care of none of mine. While I'm alive, I bust my ass to make sure they're more than fine. And I put things in place to make sure that if I should go today, they will be even more than fine. Them have compensation for them crying after me left so if I should leave now. So if you're not that kind of guy that you're putting stuff in place for them for even after you leave, but let's get back to while you here and you walk into that situation, like you seen her with all them other kids already. You knew she was struggling, but damn, Shorty knew he was struggling too. And it's not your man anymore. Ono did shock up for a little bit and inbreed you just like all the others did breed you. So give the man his time with his child, though. He wrong for actually having one with you, seeing what your situation was before he even got there. He added a struggle to the struggle. Somebody said, SD says, it's kids, feed them, but it's not his responsibility. Yeah, but who knows what his financial situation is like? See, women do this all the time, too. Then pick up some broke boy, non-ambitious and broke. That's a dangerous combination. You can be broke. Okay, we all been broke. You can be broke, but have some damn ambition and be working towards getting somewhere. That way somebody can say, okay, man, the kind of drive he has, something is going to pop off. Something is going to happen. But y'all be picking up like the sister just beat we and say we got stick with pickle in them that kind of sitting there. Yeah, take that beating there. But hear this. Sisters be out here picking up nastiness too. And know from the beginning that is nastiness too. And then one time the thing don't work. Like, what did you think he was going to be able to do for you and the child you were going to have with him, miss? You see what, you know the man's situation already. He met you in Keisha's car, right? Yeah, Keisha was supposed to be his main girl, and he took the Altima, and he came over, and that's how y'all was rolling. That's how you guys were rolling at first. Like, what do you think he was going to be able to do for a child? And you went and gave him a child. And now you're on social media making videos and you're complaining. Michelle Howell, have a wonderful day. And now you're complaining. Where's the father? Mrs. Nia, that's what he's saying to her in the video. He says it's not his fault that all them other fathers don't care, which tells me that it's multiple of them. All them other fathers, they don't care about their kids. But because he care about his and he comes around, he gets the wrath. And his child shouldn't have anything without sharing it with all the other children. That ain't his responsibility. She needs to go hold them other baby daddies accountable. Go to the state. Put them on child support. I don't know what you have to do. If they're damn deadbeat, then you have to drag them. But don't put that responsibility on me. And as a man, how I am as a person, if I can afford it, them kids would be okay. And I wouldn't even ask her. I would just feel bad going over there with stuff for mines only all the time. So I would give to them as well, just as a person. But I wouldn't want you to make me feel like that is my responsibility. And you're going to throw my kid food out in the street when the days come where, hey, my money is low this month. This is all I got, right? I could only afford like a meals that I know he likes. So I come by to drop this off for him, but I don't want him eating it in front of his siblings because they're going to feel some type of way. So let me take him to the park real quick. You could obviously tell them that, hey, Javon's leaving with his dad. They'll be back. And that's it. Of course, they're still going to feel bad because they're going to be like, Javon's dad comes every day. I haven't seen my daddy in forever because kids don't know time. At a certain age, young, they don't resonate with it's 7 o'clock. 2 hours from now, it's going to be 9 o'clock. It's January the 13th, and it's Monday afternoon. That they don't resonate with time like that. They resonate with time like, man, that took forever, or oh, that was quick. Exactly, Mrs. Nia. He is not obligated to do anything. And I see a lot of people trying to make it like he is the worst person ever instead of actually giving him his crown. It's the friggin' king. He remembers every single day to show up with food for his child. There ain't nothing that says he's supposed to show up with food for the children you have 4 other men. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo, good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, now you're clear.
Nah, all I want to add is that I agree with the first caller. Right? And she had be the same woman who had Christ and no good man today.
Same way.
You feel me? And then I got to agree. That's not his responsibility to bring food to the other kids.
Exactly.
And you want to know what a woman is about? Question, why the baby father before him? And then she probably did that to the baby father then before him. That's why I know that you not depicted in picture. I mean life.
Deep. Run that back again. Yeah. I see, I wasn't even going that far. I wasn't even thinking that far. Run that back again. Why the rest of them not there also? Yeah, because she probably did that to them too. And they're like, man, frick that. I don't have all that money. Every time I go over there, this girl want me to bring stuff for all the other 3. And they're not mine. I'm trying to focus on my one and what I can afford. And it's a big drama scene every time I go. So you know what? I'm not even going.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a lot of women do that. They chase away good fathers from around their children. You know? And then they walk around saying how he abandoned the kids and ain't no good men out there and they all the same and all that. You are absolutely right. You hit that one.
Attitude.
Yeah, you hit that one on the head. That's factual.
Have a good one.
You too, my friend.
Bye.
I saw. See, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's true. That's true. And that's from a woman. Because she know. I don't remember her. I remember that accent. That's the same one that said she did some stuff at 21 and now she's 31 and she regretted. And now I know she's still a PFA through karma because how she did a good man over a side man with the other one big that they used to broke out her back. I see that. I don't forget sounds and faces. I might be bad with names, but I see that. But anyhow, real thing. That man didn't have no responsibility for that. Oh, yes, the African man. Beast boy. So I tell you, I was getting my back blown out. So, wow. Wow. You know, temporary back blown out. My girl said she went back to paying all her bills. She never had to pay bills before because the thing was so good. She said, you know what, go on, you pay all my. And now, she wish. But karma is wicked. All right? These are the ways that, and you know what's crazy? What's crazy to me is when I hear a woman that does not know anything about a king beat down a king when a king is flexing like a king. Listen, in my book, if you that dedicated, that you show up every day, she said it in the video. She said, every day you show up with food for him. He said, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's my son. Give him his crown. Don't try to beat him down. That's what you wish all the others would do, and they're not doing it. So why, when you found one that did it, you want to beat him down? If you not flex, I'm going to leave it like this today. if you not flexing in queen energy, you can't tell me nothing about king nothing. Last live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. It's so funny. I live in Jamaica, Queens. I didn't even know that happened.
Really?
I hear that happened through you.
Wow.
Yeah, I am stopping in Jamaica happening here right now.
So they didn't make a big deal out of it there?
The news will cover it, but you know how New York is. Everybody that knows about the business, or about the business. Yeah. But I want to talk about the young lady chastising her child father. Look, my father, I used to always tell my mother, if you can't do for two, you can't do for one. Because you're causing enmity between the children. But then, you're right. That's not his child. Okay, so what you said there, that he could have taken little boy to a park or in the car or something like that, and let the child eat. But the other children still people are looking too.
Yeah, well, he could drive off, and he offered to do that. He said, well, let him go in the car. I'll take him in the car. And she said, no, give me the food. And she fling away the food in the street.
Yeah, that was petty.
Right.
That was very, very petty.
So even if he's trying to do the right thing, take him to a park, take him in the car somewhere where the other kids won't see, let him eat, cater into their feelings and stuff, she still won't allow that to happen.
Exactly, because it's a resentment now. You don't man a romance situation already, but the only people that are support the children.
Right. Right.
But it's a sad state of affairs.
It is, and it's real. It's a reality that happens all too often.
All right.
All right. Big up yourself.
Big up yourself. I'm coming back to review there.
All right.
That was me yesterday that you cut off.
That was you?
That was me.
We couldn't hear you.
I know. I didn't. I watched it over and I bust out laughing.
All right. All right. All right. Stay safe.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too. All right. That was our last call for the morning. I feel like we want to get some extra time this morning, and I did. All right. The mother will make the other kids dislike their sibling because his dad does that, what theirs doesn't. Yeah, and it's not necessarily the other kids that will dislike him out of that. It's the mother that will make the other kids dislike him. You know what I'm saying? Pick the child up without no food, then take him somewhere to eat if you can't bring for all. Yeah, everybody got a solution, and I agree. If it's going to be a problem and all that, then pick him up and take him. That man probably, listen, her responsibility is to the children, right? And her responsibility is, a part of her responsibility is, this is not a part of her responsibility. Denying that child access to his dad or whatever his dad is able to provide for him, that is not a part of her responsibility. That is actually toxic. It's dangerous. It just shouldn't be there. So she's going about stuff the wrong way anyways. As the mother who has custody of these children, she's the one that's going to have to figure out, hey, he wants to take him in the car to go eat. Go. Come on, little Javon. Go with your dad. Your dad's coming over. Let me get you dressed real quick or help you to get dressed. We'll meet him outside. And then your other siblings are going to be like, where's Javon going, mommy? Well, Javon's going with his dad. His dad's going to pick him up and take him somewhere real quick. So let Javon go with his dad. Don't take the food and fling it out in the street, though, and talk about he's not eating none of this. The man just offered to bring the kid in the car, and you said no. So although we're stating solutions, just remember, said the man, try. And she still said no. Because her main deal is feed all my kids. That's her main deal. And my food stamps come on. Then my food stamp. Why you having all them damn kids and you gotta be dependent on food stamps anyways? But hey, that's a whole nother story, right? There will be resentment from the siblings no matter what. Hey, my child not gonna suffer for that. But we as adults have to be responsible, and this is another reason why I said I couldn't do it. Cause me no want no baby mother I drag me picnic because the rest of our man them for the rest of our children them ain't doing for theirs, and then mine's now getting punched in his eye because I remember his birthday, I remember presents, I remember everyday food, I remember this, I remember that, and they looking at my son like them want to fight him because they're jealous of him, or their mom resents him because I'm not feeding all her other kids. I'm not going through that. So I wouldn't stick my pickle in anything like that in the first place, right? Which goes back to what the caller said earlier. Just don't stick your pickle in things like those. Understand? And let it be what it is. You met her with kids. She said it in the video too. You knew what it was from the beginning. Hey. But they still not his responsibility forever though. D-Max say, you understand? You understand? You know where it was. You know where it is. Well, there you have it. Anyhow, yes, my pickle. I ain't sticking my pickle in. I'm being responsible. I'm being responsible. My children, them, the only thing my children, them have to fight, the only person them have to fight over for them things is each other. And that's fine. That's what siblings do. And they have more than enough for each other, and them still fight over it for each. That's what siblings do. Y'all work it out. You guys are your best. You are your best examples and your best who to be, how to communicate and all that. That's what siblings are for. You know, we argue. We this is mine. No, this is yours. This is how you're gonna learn to share. This is how you're gonna learn all that. So yeah, go fight it out. But no strange picnic no dede. With them, they have to be like, give me this. Your daddy don't get you nothing. Your daddy broke. Your daddy never come. When last you seen your daddy? Get off my toys. I don't have to worry about that. But that's real. We laugh, but it's real. With that said, fellas, think about where you're sticking your pickle before you have your child getting cussed out. Give me this. Your broke ass daddy. Your daddy ain't. And I'll never be a stepdaddy because I don't want to hear, hey, you can't do that. Shut up, nigga. You ain't my daddy. Don't want to do that, leader. With that said, man, let's have a wonderful day again. Despite all glory and all these things, it's real life we're living and dealing with. And at the end of the day, still find a reason to smile. All right? Or laugh. Laughter is medicine. Big up on yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow morning right here on SouFLoTV. I'm going to try to do another 5 miles in the gym. Well, I did 5 miles yesterday and then did some boxing and kickboxing after. And I tell you, whoo, everything was cramping. So I'm going to go do that today again. And I expect everything to be cramping again. But I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Health is wealth. Also, take care of your health. In my cup this morning, lemon and warm water. That's it. Big up. I'm out. Peace.